Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and today I want to talk about AI. This video isn't necessarily about video games per se, and it's not strictly about AI in general. Oh, fuck off now. Of course it is. Hello there, I'm Jimmy Vegas, and today I want to talk about AI. Not particularly about video games per se, but obviously to a point where AI is involved in video games. So, the misconception about AI at the moment is that it's going to take over the world. It's going to take everybody's jobs. They're all going to be out of a job. No, it's not. Don't be ridiculous. Have you seen what AI does? Have you seen some of the images it creates? That there is the problem. The problem we have with AI at the moment is the fact that it's so easily accessible to anybody and everybody that we can just go onto Bing or whatever and create a random image, or we can go onto Suno and create a silly song. But why? Why can we do that? Well, because we can. People use AI in many, many different ways. And people say AI steals things. And okay, yeah, it probably does. But let me put this to you. Let's pretend you don't know anything about anime. You've never heard the word anime. You've never seen Japan. You don't even know Japan exists. You know nothing about Asia and anime. I say to you, draw an anime girl with red hair in a dress. What are you going to do? You've no idea what that is. So you go and look, right? You go on Google, you search the word anime. You see anime for the first time and you think, right, that's anime. What are you going to do? You've been told to draw an anime girl with red hair in a dress. You do it. Well, you know what? Are you not stealing the word that you've just seen? At the end of the day, that's how humans learn, right? We don't know anything when we're born. We're stupid. We're still stupid now, in fact. But we learn as we investigate things. We understand things. We see what people have done. You know, we learn to play video games, mainly on our own, but that's different. You know, AI does create video games. However, when it comes to art, in the term of, well, painting the Mona Lisa, for example, how do you think the Mona Lisa was painted? You know, he didn't come out and just know how to paint it. He obviously saw things first. He saw people. He had to learn. And that's what artificial intelligence is doing. It has no other way to learn than what people have done. Yes, there is a grey area of saying it's stealing work, but it's difficult to say because AI is going to be with us forever. There's no denying that at all. The way you have to look at it is AI has existed for decades. It's older than you and me. You know, I've been around since 1985 and AI has existed before that. However, in the past, AI has always been that kind of on a pedestal thing. You know, people have always thought, wow, AI, that's brilliant. Because let's take a look at Grand Theft Auto, for example. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to come out this year, allegedly. But can you think of anything in that game that's AI? Right? Imagine if they had a billboard taking the piss out of something that's AI bad, an AI image, and they were laughing at it, blah, blah, blah. But what about the cars? What about the people? What about the enemies? NPCs? That's all AI. Every little bit of that involves AI. So AI in and of itself is a very useful concept to a lot of people. Even going as far back as the very first Grand Theft Auto, yes, there was AI in that. Video games all have AI because they have to be told how to learn to do things. You know, the NPCs have to learn that when someone whips out an AK-47 or whatever in GTA 5, then they've got to run away. That's all AI. So AI is useful in that sense. The media has portrayed AI as, like I said, it's taking everybody's jobs, or it can generate absolute garbage and it's no good at all. Look at these silly images. Let's talk to ChatGPT and let's get it to do 1 add 1 and it spits out 12. Yeah, I get it. That's stupid. But that's publicly accessible AI. And that will never replace anything. Let's be honest here. That's never going to replace anything. ChatGPT, although fun, is a waste of time most of the time because it just doesn't do what it's supposed to. If you go to an image generator and say, I know, let's make an image. Let's see a picture of a vacuum cleaner on top of the Empire State Building. And it will literally do that. And to do that, it will take references and source points from different places on the internet. It's a trained AI model. That's how it works. So it will end up putting a vacuum cleaner on top of the Empire State Building. Fine, okay. But then if you get it to put words in there, it struggles with words. You know, a lot of AI models do struggle with words and human faces and features of the body. But is that not intentional? Humans are freaked out by AI. There's absolutely no doubt about it. As humans, on the whole, we are freaked out, but the media does not help anything at all. You've got one media over here, one outlet saying, okay, yeah, look at this really, really bad AI image. This is hilarious. We got it to do this, and look what it did. It's no good at all. But then in the background, you've got companies which are developing their own AI systems, for example, in video games. That is important. That is the way AI should be heading. And unfortunately, because of how people have now perceived AI, that's not where it's going. So there are channels on YouTube which specifically focus on AI, and although not all of them are good or not all of them are bad, there are certain AI channels which are good. For example, who doesn't want to see an animated AI video of Moist Critical jumping through a wall or something that you see like that? But then you get the AI channels that just produce AI slop because they found a cheap, easy way of making something and just shoving it on YouTube trying to get views. That's lazy. That's the problem with AI. People are only seeing the negative bits of AI and they're making a judgment to say that AI is bad. People are scared of AI, okay? Look, there's no doubt about it. People are afraid of it. They're scared of it because they don't comprehend it. I am not saying that AI is the future, okay? It is not the future. My opinion is it's not the future, but it will be in our future. It'll be a part of our future. It's not going to replace my job. You're never going to see, an AI, well, you might see an AI Jimmy Vegas, I don't know. It might be funny, but it's never going to be able to do what I do. On my other channel where I make Unity tutorials, AI, at least not in the near future, is going to be able to do that. Yes, it will be able to an extent, and yes, you can incorporate AI into that sort of thing to make a tutorial, but realistically, is ChatGPT going to tell you how to make a 3D platform game from start to finish? No, it isn't. Can it make a 3D platform from start to finish? Realistically, it could, but it's going to be shit. That's the problem. And then we come on to the likes of Activision, who are putting AI in their games. Is that bad? Is it wrong? Quite frankly, no, I don't think so. But then you've got to look at it and say, okay, well, Jimmy, you said that AI is not going to take people's jobs. Activision have put an AI image in their game. If they hadn't have done that, they would have commissioned somebody to do it. Well, yeah, I guess that's actually true. But for every person that wants to use AI, there are 10 people that don't want to use AI. Another example is I have a geography channel now. It's recently launched, it's kind of new. And I've been testing a lot of AI imagery on there, as like a profile picture, as a banner, all that kind of stuff for a couple of weeks before I've finally settled on art that I've created myself. And the interesting thing is how people perceived that channel and, wanted to see, well, why is AI art here? Why has it not been, done by Jimmy or an artist or whatever? And, I could have, let's say, paid somebody to create a banner for me on YouTube. Instead, I used AI for a while, different AI images. Well, is that not me taking money away from someone I could have paid? Well, no, because I wouldn't have paid someone to do it in the first place. And again, for every person that has an interest in AI, like me, it fascinates me. I'm not big on it, but it fascinates me. There are 10 more that refuse to use it and will pay for people to do their art. So no, it isn't taken away from jobs per se. But rounding off back to Activision, no, they shouldn't be using AI in their games. They are a big enough company to go and pay professionals to do proper imagery. There was an image recently going round of Guitar Hero on mobile. And I don't know whether that is legit or not, but it was clearly AI generated and it looked like it came from an Activision account. And if Activision are going to do that, then yeah, they are taking away from jobs from people. And that is, I think, it's unacceptable in this day and age, but in the future, probably not so much, because we can use AI to do that sort of thing. But what AI should really be used for in video games is to enhance things. Think of AI upscaling, things like that. That's not taking a job away from anyone. That's AI helping us to get somewhere, to do something. And that is where we need to get to with AI. We need to stop being afraid of it, and we need to not embrace it. I don't think we need to embrace AI at all. We need to understand AI. We need to get to terms with it and understand what it is. It's an ever-evolving thing. It's constantly learning, just like a human. You know, you look at a human and think, oh, I don't know anything. Well, we learn things. You know, we go on Google or we read books or whatever. We learn that way. And that's exactly what AI is doing as well. These AI models are trained to learn things. And yeah, like I said at the beginning of this video, it is kind of stealing. You know, you've got some pictures here and it's stealing that. And then you've got some audio here, it's stealing that to make everything together. And well, I don't personally quite see it as stealing. It is to an extent, but I am more on the side of it's learning. Like I said in that example of an anime girl, we have to learn. It's the way we've learned. So everything we've seen and learned in our careers, in our lives, everything, we are now regurgitating in the things we do. So although we're not technically stealing, we are technically copying because we're copying what we've learned. So that's exactly what AI is doing. But to finish this off, I know it's such a controversial topic. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I've done controversial videos on this channel before, and I've always gone, you know, tried to push the boundaries as much as I can, because negativity attracts people, and that's just the way it is. So the thumbnail for this video is probably something like you're scared of AI, or, you know, afraid of it, or whatever, because that will end up bringing people in. But it's an interesting topic to talk about, and those who have instantly jumped in the comments and, you know, moaned about it, that's fine. You know, everyone's entitled to their own opinion of AI, and like I say, I don't think we need to embrace it. No one ever needs to embrace AI, but they do need to accept that it is here to stay. It isn't the future, but it's in our future. Just think about that. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below, especially when it comes to AI in video games like Activision. You know, that's a very controversial topic, and like I say, I don't agree with it, but I do agree with other AI things. How do you feel about using AI? Do you think people are very negative and resistant to it? Or do you think people should embrace it? Let me know in the comments below, because this sort of topic is a fascinating one. And I might do a follow-up video depending on how many views and comments I get on this one. Just kind of talk about what people think. It's absolutely fascinating. Because like I say, I'm fascinated with AI. I don't use it, you know, to use it. I use it for a good laugh and to see what silly things it can do. And also placeholders for art until you can get proper art done in, you know, whatever project you're on. So let me know everything in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.